Hi chaps. So this is just a bit of another experiment. So last time I did this, it was earlier in the day. So it's now 3:15 in the afternoon. So you might get a few more people watching. So got my Doctor Who scarf here, work on it for a bit. Hi there. So I've now just got to find the chat area. So you'll have to bear with me for a moment while I find the viewing bit in the chat area. There's always a bit of a delay between when I start and when it shows up. So now I've lost the. Oh, here we go. Right. Okay. Hello. If you just joined, now I've got 10 people already. So hello. There's going to be a delay before I see any messages show up. So if you're typing anything, there is a delay. I'm not quite sure how long it is. Probably sort of 10 or 20 seconds, something like that. And I've got to find where it's. There's more than one screen, so I've got to try and find where the other screen is before I can sort of see any messages and stuff. So just working on my Doctor Who scarf. Thought I'd do a live streaming while I'm working on it. So let's go to my other screen. Yeah. So this bit always takes a bit of time. Just setting it up. Don't know why. I've done this a few times, and yeah, it doesn't always show up at the other screen immediately. So not quite sure why I can't easily get to the main bit. So yeah, bear with me while I work this out. So yep, so I'm not seeing the messages yet. So I think it's to do with this, you know, the delay, partly to do with the delay. So I'll let you know when I can see things. Might have to call it up on a different computer. So let's have a look. I didn't have this much trouble last time I did it. So so now, if I did this more often, I wouldn't have this problem, I'm sure. I don't remember having this problem last time I did it either. So, yeah. Anyway, now I think I'm getting there. So, right. Nearly there. Events. I need to go to the events section. Ah, here we go. Oh, right, okay. Now this might be a bit odd because I'm seeing messages on a different computer. So I can see your messages now. Hi Kathy and Ian and Alicia, and now you'll have to forgive me if I can't remember names. Yeah, lots of people there. Hello. So sorry, I'm kind of looking in two different places now. So now I don't want to bore you by trying to fiddle for too long. So you're going to get me looking over here. I could probably work it out on that screen so that I'm looking at you, but I don't want to have to fiddle too much. So you're going to have to see the side of my face while I look somewhere else. Okay. Right. Yes, I'm doing well. Thanks very much. Yes. Good morning. Good afternoon. So, how are you all doing? What are you all working on? Let's just call back. Right, here we go. Right. Yeah. So let me know what you're working on. And how's the weather? I always like to know what the weather's like. I could show you the weather out there, couldn't I? I could lift up my laptop and turn around. No, but it's not very exciting. It's a bit of a grey day. So, yeah, right. So not much progress on my Doctor Who scarf. I have finished the shawl I showed in my video last Friday. It is currently blocking, so it's wet, and it is. I just wet it. I've not bothered pinning it. Doesn't need pinning out, but hopefully it'll be dry by the time I do my video tomorrow. So, oh, hi, Maureen. Oh, a wedding coming up. So I'm planning my trips. I'll be coming over to the States in November, so still quite a while to go, and going to Iceland at the end of July. Norway, Iceland, Scotland on a cruise, so it'll be fun. Kind of slightly worried about the Wi-Fi connection, notoriously bad on a boat. And yeah, so we'll have to see if I can post things while I'm on the cruise, but I suspect it's going to be rather difficult. So how many of you have been on a cruise before, and how did you cope without being connected like you normally are at home? Do you have big problems with, are you addicted to your internet connection like I am? Can you survive for 2 weeks without reliable internet connection? So yes, it'll be interesting. We did a cruise for a week before around the Mediterranean a few years ago, and before I did YouTube videos. So this will be a bit different, 2 weeks, and yes, so we'll have to see how it goes. So I'm really looking forward to that. Lots of knitting and crocheting time. Right. Oh yes, I saw that crochet, that shawl video. But I've not watched it. I saw it's been posted by Mikey. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, so what time is it across? So Arizona, what time is it in Arizona at the moment? Is it 8 hours or 7 hours? Is that mountain time or Pacific time? And it's quite a long way over there, isn't it? Norfolk, all right. Where to Norfolk is it? I was in Norfolk 2 weeks ago. And yeah, we had mostly okay weather. We did get one really heavy thunderstorm on the Saturday afternoon, so not last weekend, the weekend before, and it was mostly okay. Just one bad thunderstorm on the Saturday. So. Texas is hot. Texas is always hot, isn't it, Maureen? I went to Texas in 1998, 1999 in August, and yeah, so I remember well what the weather's like in Texas. Very hot. 80 degrees at 7 o'clock. Well, yes, yeah. Well, so what temperature is it going to get to it by about 1 o'clock? Yeah. All right. Nice weather in Ohio. What is the weather going to be like? Well, now I've got an idea, but I'm wondering what the weather's going to be like in November. So my friend Evie says in Minnesota. So I go to Minnesota in November. She said you probably won't have snow. So we're talking like Midwest, right in the middle at the top of the States. She doesn't think it'll be snowing in November, but there is a chance of snow. And then somebody else said, yeah, you always get snow in November in Minnesota. So I don't know. I am looking forward to the snow, so I do like a bit of snow. Yeah, heat I can kind of cope with. If there's enough air conditioning, I can escape to some air conditioning. Yep. So, well, up to 103, that's going to be warm. I hope, Alicia, I hope you've got some good air conditioning in your buildings and cars. We're not so good over here for having air conditioning, really, because we don't need it most of the time. We get a small number of days per year when it'd be useful. And if you're stuck in a car for long periods, it's useful. In fact, most cars these days in the UK do have air conditioning, but most buildings it's not worth bothering. Yeah, just because we don't have really enough hot days to make it worthwhile, really, I suppose. Yeah. But in the States, yeah, you have air conditioning everywhere, so that's good. But you do get more hot weather over there. So, yeah, so how expensive is it going to be? Expensive, do you think, getting Wi-Fi? Because I know you can pay for Wi-Fi. I'm just wondering whether I mean, I've paid for like an extra when I've taken my phone. So when I've been to the States, I've taken my usual phone the last couple of times and actually used, sort of paid for an extra package you can have in addition. You have to arrange it beforehand, and it's not, it's kind of doable. And I suppose I don't really need, well, I suppose maybe I think I need the internet, but I suppose maybe I don't need the internet. But I would love to be able to show you, do live videos or something. But I think doing video kind of stuff on a ship generally doesn't always work. In fact, on their website, the cruise line website, they said that the internet service, even if you pay for it, whatever, it's not going to be particularly brilliant. So it's great if you're just going on Facebook and checking emails and that sort of thing. Yeah, then that's okay. But I think if I wanted to do video kind of things, maybe I'll just have to give up trying to do videos and stuff, or live videos or whatever. Yeah, so just have to see how it goes. I'll give it a go. As soon as I get on board, we've unpacked, taken our cases in and got settled, had a look around. One of the first things I'm going to do is have a look at, check out the Wi-Fi, your reliability, sort of log in. They've got a computer room with limited access. So I think I'll have to just check out the details of that. But yes, so maybe I'll just have to make a decision thing. Okay, I'll do lots of sitting around and knitting crochet. It's supposed to be relaxing, so yeah, we'll see. Anyway, what I'd like to do with live streaming, I'm looking at what I can do with adding people to the conversation. So I think there should be a way where I can add people to the conversation, actually doing this live. So the same thing I'm doing now, live chat, and have somebody in the call as well. And I've just been experimenting. Before I went live just now, a few minutes ago, I was trying to do it and adding myself on a different account on my phone. And it kind of looked like it worked, but I wasn't getting both pictures coming up on the screen. But it should be possible. So I should have got myself a drink. My throat is doing funny things. Anyway, so that'd be quite nice to have a conversation with somebody. Like, so maybe I can get Jan roped in. She's having a few issues with her new computer, so it's a great new computer, but she's I know she's got a few problems trying to do things she used to be able to do on the new one. So it'd be great to get Jan in, or somebody else, do a live chat with somebody. So yeah, so that's something I'm looking into at the moment. So yeah. Yep, so this is just really a little quick chat. I suppose I should have had some. Actually, what I might do is maybe set up a question and answer thing. So if you wanted to think of questions, as long as they're polite, maybe I'll do a Q&A kind of video, sort of live thing or something. Yeah, that might be a bit of fun. So, have I been to vote yet? Yeah, no, I've not been to vote yet. I'm going to wait until hubby's back from work, and both my kids are old enough to vote as well, but none of us have voted yet. So yeah, I'm not saying who I'm voting for. So, but yeah, I haven't been to vote yet, so we'll probably do that later. So yeah, it's quite important to vote. So use your vote. If you can vote, go vote. Actually, your daughter's moving to Minnesota. That's exciting. Does she know Minnesota quite well already? So my friend Edie lives about an hour west of Minneapolis, and yeah. So oh, I got a bird. No, this is just my chair. My chair is squeaking if I do that. Actually, I've got a footstool as well, which squeaks because I'm quite short. So you can hear the squat in the chair making noise. I've got this kind of footstool it's got a pivoting kind of step on it, and when I move that squeaks as well. So it does sound like I've got birds. So I don't need to get pets or birds because I'm making up with the noises myself. Didn't realise that I was making quite so much noise, but Microphones pick up everything, don't they? So, anyway, $29. Yeah, I suppose it's going to vary a bit depending on the cruise line, isn't it? So, if I have to pay a bit, it's probably worth it. I'll look into that. I've still got some forms to fill in anyway, although we've paid and booked for the cruise. There's still some information they need, sort of passenger information. So I shall be looking into that shortly. But yeah, when I book a hotel, if I'm going somewhere just for a normal holiday, vacation, staying somewhere, one of the first things I look at is it's not necessarily whether it's got a pool or anything like that. I see if they've got good free Wi-Fi. So that's normally one of the first things I check when I'm traveling anyway. Do they have Wi-Fi? So it's very important, very important. So I'm going to finish this line here. So I don't like leaving knitting. Well, most of you, I'm sure, leaving knitting halfway through. I had a chat with my friend Edie on Skype earlier, and I was showing her the shawl because I'd got a different edging on the forest shawl is blocking at the moment. So I put my knitting down. Kind of don't like, kind of still a bit of a nervous knitter, I suppose. Don't like putting it down if it's in the middle of the row. But I'm being more careful, I think, with this Doctor Who scarf, and it's already a lot neater than the first one. So yep, I think I must be crazy doing another long scarf. This should be about 20 foot when it's finished. So but I'm not in a hurry for this one. My deadline for this is next Easter. So yeah, gives me plenty of time to finish it. And yep. So all right. So yeah. So she knows Minnesota well then. Oh yeah, we're going to have a crochet retreat. That's one thing that's been looking into with Jan, is having a crochet retreat, and we'd like to do that this year in the UK. And so we'll make it public when we've actually decided on something. Yeah, we'll let people know in the UK if you're interested in meeting up. That'd be quite nice. Just stay in a hotel somewhere. It's got good places just to sit and sort of a public area of the hotel or whatever. And yeah, so that'd be really quite nice. Something that doesn't require an awful lot of organising, but is it's be a really nice sort of weekend, but doesn't require tons of organising. Just wants to be simple arrangements. We just sort of stay somewhere for a weekend and yeah, so meet up. So that'd be really good. So of course we'll let people know once we've decided on it and what have you. So, yeah, I wonder if there might be a pattern for that. I'm sure somebody's written about it. Somewhere I did come across an article about the Osgood scarf. There's a good website a group on Facebook where they discuss cosplay, Doctor Who, mostly Doctor Who scarf, the Doctor Who scarf, but costume basically for any of the characters and any of the Doctors since it began in 1963. The Osgood scarf has been mentioned, so it'll be interesting how they, what pattern they use for that, because that, I suppose, because she was basically cosplaying, whether that was, they tried to replicate that exactly for one of the Tom Baker scarves, I don't know. So oh yeah, if there's a crochet retreat, definitely have to have Wi-Fi. I could even live stream it, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Have to warn people in advance. So yeah. Right. Anyway, I'm going to finish this row, and then I'm not going to stay on too long. Just thought I'd come on and say a quick hello. It's 3:36 according to my watch, and my son will be home in about 20 minutes. So I could get him in on the video, I suppose, couldn't I? So I want to show some of the medieval stuff. I was talking about some of the medieval costume, this coronation thing that I did a couple of weeks ago. And so I'm wondering whether to do that as a separate video, just separate videos, perhaps show bits in separate, or just do it as part of my weekly roundup. Maybe I ought to do it as separate videos. Yeah, so I don't know. I have to decide how to do that. I would like to produce more than one video a week, more so. I had sort of ideas about doing perhaps a live chat, perhaps every Monday or Tuesday. So I keep coming up with these ideas and then not always following them through particularly well, or kind of only half to kind of doing them. I would like to do more than one video a week. So so maybe if I did sort of extra stuff like the costume thing that might be of interest to people, yeah, do that. Do sort of extra things like that sort of earlier in the week. Anyway, so I have finished that row. I should put that down. And I've been sewing in the ends as I've been going along. I've just got a few there, but I don't want to end up with 20 foot of scarf and 20 million ends to weave in, because that's just like, but it's not so bad if I do it as I go. So anyway, all right, 10:36. So it's about coffee time, isn't it? I've had, there's my my Doctor Who mug. You might wonder why that's a Doctor Who mug. If you know Matt Smith, who was the Doctor before the current one, one of his things was Jammy Dodgers. So this is a yeah, Jammy Dodgers. That's the biscuit, and so yeah, it's kind of a, call it my Doctor Who mug. So another one of his things was fish fingers and custard. When you get a new actor taking over the role, one of the first things they do is they choose a new outfit. They go through some big, you know, the first 1 or 2 episodes, they get a kind of new look. They have normally distinctive outfits. So Tom Baker, the scarf was his thing, and Matt Smith, he had a red fez, you know, kind of tall hat with a tassel. So he had a fez and a bow tie. And they had a bit of a thing for custard and fish fingers, which are, I think you call them, you know, fish sticks, I suppose, in the States. And he liked Jammy Dodgers. Tom Baker liked Jelly Babies. Yeah, so I think I should do a a Wonder Woman t-shirt. I do need a Wonder Woman t-shirt. Yes. That was apparently a pretty good film, Wonder Woman. I'd quite like to go and see it. It's had a lot of good reviews, and I've not seen it yet. So I don't think the rest of the family are interested though. So there are some films I would have liked to have seen, but I didn't get around to going because I'd have to go on my own. I don't particularly mind the idea of going on my own to stuff. I certainly travel to do stuff on my own, but yeah, yeah, I need a Wonder Woman t-shirt. Right. So, yes, right, Ian, yes, you said something about your friend of yours, costume. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm just reading the messages over here. So I'll have to work out how to get to this. I should be able to see the messages on the screen as well. It says we're having to look over. Let's see if it's showing up here. No. Anyway, right, I've lost you now. Nothing's working. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. So, yeah, Jelly Babies. Do you like Jelly Babies, Ian? One of my favourite sweets, Jelly Babies. Yes, so the English sweets, yes, quite distinctive. We've got some really nice, I would say that, wouldn't I? There's a lot of American stuff I like. Actually, I've got a bit of a thing now for the peanut butter cups, the Reese's peanut butter cups. I rather like those, which you can now get in this country as well. So I have to stay away from the chocolate aisle, the sweets aisle, because yes, I have a bit of a sweet tooth. Yeah, it's just jelly babies are pretty much solid sugar, really. So not really good for anybody, I suppose. Yeah, when I go on my cruise, going to Norway, Iceland, Scotland, I'm planning on getting some interesting edibles. I'm going to write a note to myself. I shouldn't have to write a note to myself because I'm going to be looking for things to eat anyway. But I would like to get some weird, interesting, different-looking sweets and things to eat, and then bring them home and try them on camera. And so if you've got any recommendations for weird things to eat from Iceland or Norway, I don't suppose Scotland has anything particularly weird, but I should bring some things back. And then if I discover anything in America I've not tried before as well, when I go over in November, I could try those. And I'd like to do some live streaming from Edie's house. She won't get on camera. I'll try and persuade her. If I can get Edie on camera, it'd be great. She doesn't mind too much being off to the side, so you might hear her voice, I suppose. And as I say, I'll tell her, I can sit in front of the camera, and I'll have my laptop, and I can do what I'm doing now. And this machine, you can't see it because, I'm using it, but I'm using my laptop to do this live streaming. And so I'll have this with me, so I can do this when I go to her house. And so if I can get her in front of the camera, then that'd be quite nice. And so we shall see. So Edie, if you're watching this now, I shall save this video and save it so people who are watching later have missed the live stream. And Edie will be watching. She's gone off to work now. So I'm telling you, Edie, trying to persuade you. Maybe you can sit in on the camera with me when I'm doing a live stream. But I suspect I know what the answer will be. Anyway, right. Right, what have we got here? So I'll be finishing here in a minute, just catching up on messages. Yes, I shall be, Kathy, yes, I want to go into detail about the reenactment stuff, so that'd be quite nice. And I can show you all the sort of strange eating utensils, not that strange, but really interesting. And a lot of them have been handcrafted by people who make, so in the same way that we do our crafting stuff, there are people who hand make, so they're not commercially made items. So even the pottery things have been made by local potters, in places we visited, and even nice little knives with nice bone handles and that sort of thing. All sorts of handcrafted items. So and then the costume, of course. And there's quite a lot of different things to show. So I think that would be of interest to quite a lot of people. Right, all right, yes. So you'll have to give me a list, Ian, of things you think I should be buying. Sort of edible stuff. Yes, I think you can get quite a few American sweets over here. I have to do some research here. Maybe that's a thought. I'll go around my local supermarkets buying up. Maybe trying not to buy up stuff or seeing what's available here, so that I want to have a look at stuff in the States which is not available over here, because that would be a bit boring. I need to get stuff that's difficult to get hold of over here. I ought to talk about haggis, actually, shouldn't I? Because I know that's something that terrifies the Americans. Haggis and black pudding. So if you're not sure what haggis or black pudding is, I'm sure people can explain it. Ian will be very good at explaining what those are. And any other English people in the chat probably heard about those. But those are things generally that I don't think you can actually get them or get hold of them easily in the States. You might be able to, but I think they have to substitute certain items. Haggis is made from things that are not allowed, I believe, in the States. But really tasty and nice stuff. Yes, peanut butter Kit Kat. Yes, that is a peanut butter Kit Kat. Very nice. Anyway, I shall end it here. And do need another cup of coffee, and shall do another one of these soon. So, yep. So thanks all for joining me. I shall be posting this up later, and I don't know how well always these might come across, because people who are watching afterwards won't be able to see the comments. It's a shame that the comments are not saved. I think it's an annoying thing for a lot of people who do watch videos afterwards, that they can't see the comments that have been left during the live broadcast. Anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for coming and watching, and yeah, having a chat and stuff. And I think if I do this on a regular, well, I am planning to do this on a regular basis, it would be better if I had a fixed time. And I think it's more likely to be a Monday or a Tuesday. And I think the later, the better, probably, so that more of you can join in. So it's probably still a bit early for some people, but yeah. Anyway, right. No, I shall leave it here. No, bye everybody. See you later. See you tomorrow.